Morning everyone, Rach here from Rara's Realm. Welcome to my cross-stitching video. I'm a Kiwi Flosstuber and I come to you from the South Island of New Zealand on a bit of a gloomy day today. I have 4 projects to show you some haul, and it's time to choose some more projects this week. I would just like to remind, we're just slowly ticking over towards 250. I'm going to give this chart away when we get to 250 subscribers, so chart only, in case you saw the back where there were fabric and floss. I'm not giving away the fabric or the floss, I'll keep those. So if you've got anybody who likes watching Flosstube, who likes the sorts of things I stitch, show them my channel, they might be interested. G'day to everyone coming back again, and I hope you've all had a good stitchy week. My stitchy group and I went on a field trip on Saturday. There was a pop-up shop. They took too much of my money. I will tell you all about that in the haul part. So anyway, I'm going to crack on. Let's get on. I've got a bit of a headache, so if I keep rubbing my head, that's why. And I smell of onion because I've just been chopping onions. I've got the tea in the crock pot already and it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, just remember it's Monday in New Zealand, for all those people who are wondering what on earth I'm on about. Okay, so last Monday was day 2 of Blessed Bee, and I started this only a couple of in the last month. So this is Blessed Bee by Brenda Gervais, and I have done the skips, the bottom border, the lady. Where's it all gonna go? I didn't get much more done on the Monday. I got the bottom of that first flower and the start of the first flower, so we didn't get too much more done. Then the next project out of the hat, I swapped around. So I had to do Prairie Schooler and then Orchard Valley Quilting Bee, but I swapped them around because initially I had said I would kit up Prairie Schooler. This is the one that I want to start, and I would get it kitted and I would start it on the Thursday, Friday. As soon as I turned the video off last week, I realised that I wasn't going to spend the money to kit it up this week because I was going to this pop-up shop. So I'll get to what I did then anyway. So Tuesday, Wednesday I did Orchard Valley Quilting Bee, and I am working in this block here. I've basically got this block, that one and that one left to do. Everything else is done. And when I showed you, I had got, I think, this side of the house done only and not filled in the windows. So, excuse my trailing threads. So I filled in the windows, I got the roof done, and I made a start on this face of the building. I didn't stitch a lot. I didn't have a good stitching week in that I just couldn't be bothered stitching. I had 2 or 3 days where I did hardly anything, and the days that I really didn't want to, I tried to put a length of thread in anyway just to keep going. Anyway, so Prairie Schooler, because I didn't kit up the one I want to start, I went back to the red work Santas, and I have completed the one with the lantern and this one, I believe, and I'm now going for, I think it's that one, isn't it? Yep, I'm now doing this one here. I'm actually just going in order of the book now, because obviously I want, and this is one of the days, or in fact 2 days, where I really didn't want to stitch, so I have a pathetic little start. So this is the one with the lantern that I finished last. I've left a decent enough gap between the two, and I should be able to actually get one more on, subject to this tear down here. I'll have to check that out. So I'll just plug away at that until I've got the other Prairie Schooler kitted, and then, well, I'll get this done in the Prairie Schooler slot if I should. I'm making an absolute pig's ear of this. You wouldn't think I've been doing this for a while now, would you? And then the weekend I had to work on Joy by Country Cottage Needleworks. And when I last showed this, I've got a bit of the top here, I've got the baubles and the J, and I'm sort of in here. And I made the decision that I wanted to get as much of this side of the chart done, which is pretty much what I've managed to do. Save 2 snowflakes. So everything on this side of the J is now complete. There are a couple of snowflakes in here, but I realised that it's easier to count them off the O rather than the J, so I've just called it quits and said I'll get to this part and get it all done. So we're getting there. I think I worked out that this is the first of the new starts from this year, and I've been woeful at this. It should be finished by now. It's not a big chart at all. Anyway, so those were my 4 projects that I did some work on, not a heap. Then I shall move on to haul. So I had 1 order come in the post and my trip to the pop-up on Saturday. I placed an order with a new shop to me because it was the only place I could find that had this sampler. So this is Samplers Remembered Lucy Stuschel. I'm not good on words today, clearly. I just really liked, I didn't take it out of the plastic as normal. I just quite liked that sampler. So no plans at the moment to do, just make sure I've got. And because I'm going to make sure I make the most of that postage, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment. So I ordered this is a reprint, Prairie Schoolers Santas Revisited, and it's the 1990, 1994 and 2005 Santas. I really like this one here with the patchwork. I actually quite like them all, but so I ordered that. Then I ordered, this is one that I've been coveting for a while, and it's never in stock anywhere. And funnily enough, at this place it was listed as in stock, but it wasn't. I probably placed this order a good month or 6 weeks ago, and I've had to wait for this chart. But never mind, it is in my hot little hands now. It's making me choke. This is Manor at Peacock Hill by Brenda Gervais. And I will definitely be working to get this one kitted up as part of this year's madness. And then the last one to fill out the envelope, which I've been umming and ahhing about. The only holiday that I would stitch for at the moment is Christmas. So I don't stitch for Easter. We don't have any sort of patriotic stitching in New Zealand. We don't do Thanksgiving or Fawley stuff. So, and I don't really do Halloween. So I really was only going to be doing Christmassy stitching if I was doing holiday stitching. But I absolutely fell in love with this. And I thought, I'm going to get the chart and I'm going to get the fabric before it disappears, and B, we might just have a little bit of holiday decoration somewhere along the line. You'll have all seen this. This is Spring Fling, Brenda Gervais. It's a recent release. I don't think it was a market release. It might have come out late last year, I can't remember. And I'm sorry, my picture is really not doing it justice. It's a bit more pinkier there. So my next 1, 2, 3 stitch order, I will make sure I get this linen for this before it disappears and becomes hard to get. Talking of orders, I heard in one of the Facebook groups I'm on, I read, that the postage in the States is going up again in January 2020. Do any of my USA viewers know anything about that? Is that right? I want to sort of get an idea of whether that's true or not, because I think it's going to become prohibitive for me to order from overseas soon. It's already ridiculously expensive to get for the postage that they charge. I'm sure it's not the actual value of the postage, but it's obviously the way that they work their system in America. So if it is going up again, I'm probably going to have to start stitching with what I've got and not getting as many things. Although we now have this L&S in the city, so that should hopefully help things a little bit. Okay, my haul from the pop-up shop. The pop-up shop is actually, it was my first L&S, is probably the best way to put it. 30 odd years ago, it was in a local suburb very close to where I lived. It was the most marvellous place to go and sit in and look at all the catalogues and all the charts and everything like that, and it's where I probably learned to cross stitch. Then I went overseas, and then it moved, I think, within Christchurch to a couple of locations, and then it moved to another city on the South Island. And occasionally, or maybe once a year, I'm not 100% certain, she comes back to our area and she does a pop-up shop, and that's what was on over the weekend. So the Stitchy girls and I did a field trip, and we met there and we raided the stash, and we spent huge amounts of money. I won on spending the most amount on cross-stitch supplies. I did not spend the most amount out of our group, but the person who spent the most brought wool rather than cross-stitching supplies. We then went to this new L&S, and I brought one skein of DMC, so I balanced out. Anyway, so I'll just go off the top. I got some nice burgundy red velvet for backing for ornaments. I think that will be quite nice. I picked up, it's dropping stuff everywhere. I picked up a couple of, I think these are fat quarters. This first one is called Flax. It's a bit lighter than raw linen. I thought that would be quite a good sort of fabric to have in the drawer in an emergency. And I picked up, I don't know the makers. It's only got the names on the back, so that's Flax. And this one is Antique Ivory, which this is not going to work today. I did actually wonder if that would work for this, but looking at them like that, the background of the Prairie Schooler looks like it's a little bit pinky. Until I pull the DMC out, I'm not going to know how well that'll work. And if it doesn't, it will just go in the drawer. Excuse me while I pick up what dropped on the floor. I think if it is true that the postage is going up, I'm actually going to spend some money and get some fabric. I can get basics. I think I can get lamb's wool here. I can obviously get raw linen here. It's the over-dyed stuff that I can't get here in vast quantities. So I think I'm going to spend some money and get some chunks of it. Anyway, one of the things this pop-up shop does is kit up a lot of the charts that they sell. The only one I brought that is not kitted up is a Blackbird Designs, and it's called The Country Life. So I just picked that up. I am tending now, having been in the Blackbird Designs fan group on Facebook, is if I see a Blackbird design that I like enough, I buy it. I did leave, I saw two others that I knew I really wasn't going to do, and I didn't buy those. But if I like it enough, which is in this realm, I like it enough. I'm not convinced about all of this, but we'll see. I'm getting it because they just become ridiculous when they go out of print. Then I picked up, this is a Jardin Privé, and I'm not even going to say what it's called in French, but it's a birdcage. And I got it because I thought it would be quite nice in that wall that I'm thinking about, you know. It's kitted with DMC 844, so it's got the fabric and it's got a skein of DMC and it's got a needle. So I will just stick those into my stash and use raw linen and presidential blue at some point. Then I got Pinebury Lane's Bringing Home the Tree, and this is kitted, so that can go into the new starts pile. Ready. It's 146 by 97, so it fits in with, I've already shoved it in, it fits in with sort of the size range that I need for this year of madness. And the last thing I got is a Queenstown Sampler Designs. This is Sarah Comfort 1810, which I rather quite liked. And again, it's kitted. It's got Gentle Arts Garden Gate, which, excuse me, I'm talking too much. My Garden Club series uses Garden Gate, so I will stick that in the Garden Club series bag, and I will put the fabric in the drawer after measuring it so I know what size it is. And again, this will go into the presidential blue pile. So because they were all kitted up, that was a pretty penny, I have to say. So that is my haul this week. I've got a 1, 2, 3 stitch order coming. I'm still waiting for one thing from the stash unloading. It was churning through the system, but it hasn't been updated for a little while, so I'm hoping both of those arrive this week. And then I ordered, possibly yesterday morning, from the Fat Quarter shop. I was watching Priscilla and Chelsea, and they showed the Fat Quarter shop has bundled their favourite Classic Colourworks colours. So I actually went and had a look, and I decided to order one of the packs. I am in a thread club for Gentle Arts in weeks. I'm still waiting for this month's lot, I think. But I'm not really, I was initially trying to do the Classic Colourworks myself, but I keep forgetting when I place my order to add some Classic Colourworks in. So I brought this pack. I think it's 20 or 22 of their favourite colours. There was another pack that had something like 42 colours in, which I did toy with, and I thought, no, I'll get the smaller quantity for now. I stitch a lot of the same sorts of things as Priscilla and Chelsea, so I feel like the colours in that pack will be well used for me. And then I ordered, actually it was a Blackbird Designs booklet from them, and some, I think they call them layer cakes, and the postage from there was horrendous. So I won't be doing that. I don't know if it was that much because of the weight, and if I had taken maybe 2 layer cakes out, it would have been sort of back into the normal ridiculous. But I just decided to go with it this time, because I probably won't order from them again either. Anyway, right, let's do some ball jangling. We need some projects to stitch. Sure nothing falls out. I'm adding in a new ball, which says MQ, which stands for mini quilt, because I really want to make a mini quilt, but I know that it's going to take me a whole afternoon to sit and do it, and then I'm like, but I've got to do cross stitch. So I've made myself a ball, and that way, if I pull it out, I don't feel guilty that I haven't cross stitched, because I want to try a mini quilt. So there we go. So we'll stick that in and shake them around. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm doing the low technology version of the Choose My Whips app thing. Why use technology when you can use a pillowcase and a whole handful of ping pong balls? Every 2 weeks I choose 7 balls, and each ball relates to a project, and each project gets 2 days per fortnight. So the first ball out of the bag is the Viewer's Choice New Start. Okay, so even though it's the first ball out, it won't be stitched till next week, so I'll just leave it there and we'll write it in afterwards. Okay, next ball out is FP, which is focus piece, so we'll start that today. Let's put that in. I'm going to choose, so that's today, focus piece. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So let's do Viewer's Choice New Start there, and then we can just get those out of the way. Okay, next ball out is Project 2, which is Blessed Be. I've got a couple of these numbered balls that don't have anything, so we'll have to redraw if we get those. Let's have a big one we haven't had for a while, please. And this is one of those numbers. There's nothing on number 5, so we'll redraw that one. Mini quilt. Woohoo! Now we really have to start one, don't we? Yeah, oh, okay. Alright, we've got velvet to play with. FFO. And we'll have had the sewing machine set up as well. So that probably works alright. Okay, come on, some more stitching. Biggin. Yes, Santa's Village. That can actually go back in. Hawk Run Hollow, excellent. Okay. Okay, so those are our 7 balls. Right, Viewer's Choice New Start. Okay, so today I will work on Orchard Valley Quilting Bee. Then we've got Blessed Be that I've just shown you. So that must be Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We will attempt a mini quilt, and I've already got the fabric chosen and the pattern, I hope. Then we'll FFO an ornament. In that bottom drawer there are a selection of smalls that need to be finished off, so we'll choose one and do that. And we hopefully choose something that will work with this velvet. I'd like to have a little play with that. And then the Viewer's Choice I'll come back to, Santa's Village and Hawk Run Hollow. So, Viewer's Choice, New Start. Well, I'll have that one. We might go for that one. Both Christmassy, right? We'll do that, this one. Okay, so option 1 is Search the Sky, Waxing Moon. It says, may you never be too grown up to search the sky on Christmas Eve. So that's option 1. Sorry, our lighting is appalling because there's no sun this morning. So that's option 1. Yes, I know, I chose them last time as well, but someone will choose them, surely. Cooper. So those are the 2 to choose from. You'll have until pretty much a week. I will check just before I film again next Monday as to which one gets the most votes, and start it Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So let's write down, the Viewer's Choice is either Cooper or Search the Sky. Cool, okay. Put those back in there. Oh, I think that is everything I have to share. It's a longish video today. I shall check it back, make sure that it's acceptable, and I will catch you next week for an update of these this week. whatever. Have a good stitchy week everyone, and I will see you then. Bye for now.